On June 21, 2001, in Culver City, California, the voice behind one of television's most polarizing personalities fell silent. Carroll O'Connor died at 76, renowned as Archie Bunker, the guy who turned America's living rooms into battlegrounds. Yet long before the tributes flowed in, a quieter fight had already shaped his legacy, a tension that played out not just on screen, but behind the cameras, between O'Connor and the guy who pushed him every single week. Carroll O'Connor was nurtured in Manhattan in a household centered on discipline, argument, and moral seriousness. His parents stressed education and responsibility, and tragedy struck early when his brother Hugh died in a motorbike accident. That loss hardened something inside him, leaving behind a seriousness that never faded. Though his childhood was comfortable, he struggled with authority, fighting with rigid structures and refusing compliance from a young age. World War II drove him away from college and pushed him into the Merchant Marine, where he lived alongside working-class men under intense strain. Those years influenced his viewpoint and given him direct experience of the people he would later portray. Acting wasn't an escape for O'Connor. It was a craft. Precision matters. Intent mattered. Responsibility mattered. That philosophy determined his approach when All in the Family appeared in 1971. Archie Bunker was noisy, obnoxious, and fundamentally flawed, but O'Connor saw him as a cautionary figure, not a punchline. Across the table sat Michael Meathead Stivic, played by Rob Reiner, youthful, outspoken, and politically progressive. Their on-screen conflicts felt explosive because they were founded in actual differences. O'Connor was from a World War II generation that emphasized hierarchy and professionalism. Reiner typified the outspoken young culture of the late 1960s and early 1970s. Reiner challenged ideas freely, both in character and in real life, and that confidence often troubled O'Connor. Politics didn't always stop when the cameras did, and O'Connor felt the show's message may be misconstrued if not handled with care. The tension erupted when O'Connor refused to deliver a line he considered crossed a line from comedy into irresponsibility. Production stopped. Headlines followed. He was dubbed difficult, but O'Connor stayed firm, thinking comedy carried moral weight. Reiner believed discomfort was necessary to force change. For a time, the future of the show hung in the balance. When filming restarted, the dynamic had shifted. The warmth decreased, but the performances deepened. Ironically, the tension made the show stronger. Their disputes gave credibility to every fight, transforming sitcom banter into a stark depiction of America's cultural divide. Years later, following great personal grief, O'Connor altered his attitude. He stated that Reiner drove him to dive deeper, to tackle Archie's paradoxes more honestly. What had felt like conflict showed itself as creative necessity. In the end, their friction wasn't a feud, it was the motor of something everlasting. Two guys from different generations refusing to sacrifice their principles, accidentally creating television history. They didn't merely act out America's arguments, they became them.